Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. This here's Portie's Garage. On today's episode, we are doing the intermediate maintenance service for the Porsche Macan. Now I've gotten a little bit off on my schedule, so I'm using the actual car to tell me when to do this. So I reset it when I do everything. So on this episode, I'm not doing everything for the immediate, but I'm gonna do most of it. So I'm gonna put a screen up here or a note up here that's gonna show you all the scheduled maintenance items, but definitely doing an oil change today. I've got the air filters you usually do. I don't need to do that in the engine air filters, so we'll leave that for now. I just did that probably about 20,000 miles ago. I think you can go up to 80 on that. I'm gonna do the cabin air filter. That needs to be done. I'm also gonna do the windshield wipers, so that'll be good. You can also do the spark plugs, which I did those at 70,000 miles. They're good, I believe, for 30,000, so I've got another 10 to go on that. So I'm gonna hold off on that. And then PDK oil on that. I did that at 70,000, and I think that's another 40 or 60,000, something like that. I'll put the note on here on that when that's due, and it'll also be on this sheet here. So I think that's what we're gonna do today. Mainly oil change, cabin air filter, windshield wipers, and then I got a little surprise at the end. I got a new mod for the Macan here that I think you guys might like. Some of you may already have it, but let's see what we got here. So hey, without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, just about ready to get started on the oil change. I'm not gonna go through all the steps on this. I'll kind of film a little bit of it, but I do have a very thorough video that I'll put a link in below so you guys can check that out if you have any questions, but I'll try to hit the highlights as we go through this. So, you know, we got this. We're doing the 10W40, live in Michigan, seems to be good. You got about 8 liters or 8.45 quarts. Got the OEM Molly filter, so we'll do that. And then coming down here, we are gonna have to take off this lower tray. So this tray here has 15 of these little screws here, kind of a pain in the butt, but I guess they need it for aerodynamics, whatever. Protection, we'll take that off, then that'll give us access to everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and rip through that real quick. You guys don't need to see that, and then I'll come back at you. Okay, let's get this oil flowing. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Not too bad. Right down there. And while we're down here, I'll kind of show you. This is your filter housing. It's a 36 millimeter. You're gonna put it on here and take her off that way. So let me do. Want to make sure I'm going the right way. There we go. Broke it loose. So I'll wait till this comes down a little bit. Then we'll go ahead and pop this off. Okay, let's go ahead and get this filter off. We're almost drained there. See, I broke it loose. Don't splash me. Get all that out of there. Good times, good times. Take the filter off. All right, we'll let this all drain in here a little bit. Get the housing filled up or cleaned up, new O-ring on it, then get this stuff ready to go back together. All right, we're getting pretty close here. Let me go ahead and clean this off here. Let's get this filter housing back on. Filter, I like to put it on here first. Just so I know it's seated properly. Put a new O-ring on this as well. Lubed her up with some fresh oil. Let's get this baby on. We will come back and torque these down. This filter housing is 19 foot-pounds. The drain plug is 21. Alright, that should be good there. Alright. Do you have a new drain plug and crush washer on there? So let's clean this up a little bit. Still draining a little bit. Make sure you get the old one out. Oh, going the wrong way. Outside of a little cleanup and some torquing, I think we're done down here. Again, 19 foot-pounds, 21 foot-pounds. We'll go ahead, clean this up, and then meet you up on the top side. All right, all buttoned up to the bottom. Let's fill this puppy up. I've got 2 5-quarts of the 0W40, and it takes 8 liters or 8.45 quarts. I did mark off where I needed to go on this one. So let's go ahead and fill her up. All right, that should do her. Pop this baby back on. Whoop, this way. Oil change done. Now let's go do that air filter, cabin air filter. Okay guys, doing the cabin air filter, super easy. Right on the passenger side of the car. I'm gonna take you down in the footwell. First of all, there is a little plastic piece, little foam piece that goes up here like this. You'll see it up there. It's got these 3 little clips in it. Once you get that out, you got this, and you just kind of pull this back. Ooh, that kind of went a little easier than I thought. And then right here's your cabin air filter. You can kind of bring her down. Yeah, you can see there's some debris in there, so it's a good time to change it. Now, before I rip this all the way out, want to show you guys something. Take note of how this comes out. You got the beveled edge up here, shorter side there, longer side there. So let me grab the new one and we'll toss her in. Okay, here's the new one. Beveled edge, long edge, short edge. All right, got her up there. I'm gonna put this back in here. Just kind of slides forward. And ta-da, we're done. I'll go ahead and throw this in. You guys don't need to see that. All right, on to the next thing. Wiper blades. Okay, on to the wiper blades. So I did pick me up some of these Bosch Aero Twins, the A297S. So got a shorty for this side and a long one for that side. These are really pretty easy to take off. You just push this little button. Hopefully you can see that. Push that little button, slides up. May have to manhandle it a little bit to get it to come out here. There we go. So that's just it. That's your shorty. Open up the new ones here. All right, this is our big one. We'll do the driver's side over there. And then here's our shorty. Slide her back in. About as easy as it can go, I gotta tell you. All right, I'm gonna do the other side. You don't need to see that. And then I've got a special surprise. We're gonna do the wireless charging and phone mount from Rennline. Woohoo! All right, we're back in the car. We got the special surprise Rennline phone mount. Well, that's the mount. This is actually the wireless charger piece. And I'll show you how we're gonna hook this up. It's gonna be really easy. So first thing we're gonna do, get out the mount. So let's pull this out. Really not much to it. Next thing we do is take off this trim piece here, and basically I just pull from the bottom. And you come out here, and then you're gonna put this mount, it's gonna go like this, right between these two notches. I don't know if you can see that. There's two notches right here. I'm just gonna set it in right there. And then we can kind of snap this back into place. There we go. And then let's open up the box. So here is our mag mount wireless charger. Got this little ball on it. Let me set this up here because we're gonna need a few other things. First, we have the cord, which this actually works out really good. So if you haven't watched my other videos on the $200 CarPlay, I did already run, I don't know if you can see this down here, a USB cable down here. Well, guess what? We need a USB cable for that. So that'll work that pretty easy. And then the last thing we got here is this little ball. It's gonna go on top. Now they do have, if you don't have a mag mount, you can put this on here to kind of help, you know, magnetize a phone or something. So we've got that available. Now I can't, it's so darn tight I can't get it off. So there we go. Just other options if you don't have the mag mount phone. So on the bottom here, you know what I did? Kind of screwed up. Gonna have to take this off again. It'll be super easy, but we have to put this ball on top of the mount. This will make it so much easier to put it on than to do it when it's mounted. Screw that on. Tight. And we want to push, oops, whoa, fumble. Put this down here. Then we're going to put that on top. And then this screws it up so that you can adjust. And we can put this back in the mount between the two brackets. And there we go. And we have our mag mount. Now, what I do with the cord, this is the only thing that's kind of, you got a cord on here, kind of put it off to the side. Then I can plug it into my USB down here from the stereo. I'll clean all this up later. Then you got your phone set for the mag mount. There you go. Beautiful. We are all set. So how's that for an easy install? Wireless charging in your Porsche Macan with a nice phone mount that you can actually see. All right, let's close this one out. Okay, almost forgot. Got to reset the oil change light and also the intermediate service intervals. So let's go ahead and do that. Turn the car on. Let's go to service. Oil reset. Porsche. Go to Macan. Turn the ignition off. Oil service. Turn ignition on. You gotta love how they just have you go back and forth on this stuff. Current date. All right, it is, let's see, no, it is not. Delete. Looks like they're going year first. So we need to do hit F2 to finish. we are set. Now, let's go ahead and do intermediate maintenance. Oh, I didn't even see it. I could have done them both at the same time. Dummy. Turn ignition on. It is on. Enter the current date. Again, same way. Communicating. Application complete. All right, we should be good. Let's see here. Turn on the car. It's not happy with me right now because whatever. All right, let's go into vehicle. Let's go into info. Messages, we got none. Yes. Service interval. Interim, there we go. Not until 2027. And oil change. Not until, well, a year. 10,000 miles. We are all set. Giddy up. Hey y'all, thanks for hanging with me on this Sunday. We got the Macan all set up. Intermediate maintenance service checklist, all done. We're good for another 40,000 miles, except for the oil, which is another 10,000 miles, maybe 8,000. We'll see how it goes. But either way, I'm gonna put links below for all the videos referenced in here. So the oil change and the cabin air filter a little bit more in depth so that you know all the ins and outs on that. I'm also going to put links below for all of the products that we use today, whether it's the oil, the filters, or the Rennline wireless charger and phone mount in there. So really appreciate you guys. Give us a like, a subscribe if you like this content. Don't forget to hit those post notifications, and hey, why not hit the hype button? Hype it, go ahead. Hype, hype, hype. We'll see you guys on the next one. Jeez, please, can I make it look any harder?